Greetings, Chummers. Drosvin here, and welcome to Shadowrun Returns. Last time we went to the NTSB warehouse. Dealt with some other Shadowrunners. Stole the thing that they were going after, the narrated flight recorder, and got some blood of the Ripper. Shannon's spirit connections can help her track it down, but we're going to take a sample of it to try to track it down faster. This is Kabuto in the back. Alrighty then. Gather around the intimate back bar. Mrs. Kabuto and her co-trio gather for breakfast with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy calf and something resembling sausage fills the room. Mmm, sausage. Let's talk to Mr. Clue. Evening, sir. What's the word around town, Mr. Clue? There's been more talk of Ripper killings. Some people are saying there are hate crimes on account of victims all being human. There's more to it than just that. My thoughts exactly. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% humans. Close your eyes and throw a rock. You're more than likely to hit a human. It doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime, though, and that should be enough. This is the first real rise you see on Mr. Clue. He rings himself in with a roll of his thick shoulders and smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry, I'm not going to start throwing rocks. Won't want to reinforce the stereotype. It would help relieve stress, though. Leave you to your business, sir. Miss Kabuto. Oyo. Would you like some? She stops. Forgive me, old man, but you look like hell. Long night. She looks you over, noting the signs of your nocturnal activities. She nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. It helps when the other team doesn't walk away. No one to follow you. I can tell you've been busy, and I can tell by the look on your face that there's something you need. Is this about the Ripper? Yep, I found DNA evidence that and need help in analyzing it. That is excellent. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I am certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you if they are awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. May I take a sausage? Take the whole plate. Thank you for the offer, but I'm not that greedy, you know. Besides, I personally prefer bacon. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper. The Matrix, the cybernetic analog of inside the grid, the worldwide computer network, a digital world, information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body is left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, ICE, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has many dangers as the meat world, and more. Locked doors, security measures, and black ice that can fry a Decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked, if you aren't careful. Get dump shocked out, and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker, and you can die. Yeah. Digital world can be a dangerous place. There's David Fry and Johnny Clean, the two people I need to talk to. But Von Grass is up here, and I got a thing to sell to him. I was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. I can get rid of it for you for say 20%. At least $2,000 for you. Sure, deal. Pleasure doing business. If I had the etiquette, I could have gotten more for that, but you know what? I'm not terribly concerned about it. David Fry. Morning, you look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action, too. Can either of you two do a DNA analysis on a blood sample? Dark Castle's equipment isn't really set up for that. He considers for a moment. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It could decode the DNA using a voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. He brightens. I just read a journal about it, so the information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? The owner's identity. Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. But that's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via Matrix Run. Woo! Matrix Run! Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. Give Fry the blood sample. Drosselin, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. Thanks, guys. If this works, we may find the Emerald City Ripper. No drink? He turns to Johnny, excited. Wake up, Johnny boy. We've got work to do. And Drosselin, you've got work to do. And Drosselin, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you at my rig, Drosselin. Get a little karma. Need some hardware or software? Yes. I want it. It's so pretty. I want it, but I don't have enough decking. Don't have enough karma to buy that much decking. Or do I? Well, first things first. Before I back out of here, let's get the things that I know I want. I want Killer 2, Medic 2, Shield 2. The Firewall's neat, but it actually can cause more problems than it's worth. And Erosion too. Erosion is... I'm not sure if there's anything I'll be fighting that Erosion would be particularly useful against, but that's damage over time. It's really handy to have. Alright, confirm. How much karma do I have? Oh, I might actually have enough. Oh, but I have to raise my intelligence. Okay, I'll raise the intelligence now, and I can get higher decking later. Alright, Johnny, let's do this. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with the results. Considering it was his first attempt, he was utilizing an unproven technique, he read about it in Astral, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. Sounds fascinating. If there's time later, maybe you can tell me more about it. Yes, maybe we can sit down with David and he can share his research. Well, let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives. Then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily, but I've got to warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience do you have? I'm pretty damn good. Great, I'll come with, just in case any ice decides to crash our party. I'll jack in here. I want to bring... No, not Killer 1. I want to bring Killer 2. And Medic 2, and Shield 2, and the Erosion 2 I bought. The excruciating ecstasy of jacking your neural network into the digital world washes over you, grips you, crushes you into a singularity, and expands you infinitely. You are one of the data stream. Welcome to the Matrix. Alright, Johnny Clean, you jack in too. We're in. And these arches take us to different nodes. Alright. Can I get a shot? Yes. Oh, that one... That's a little tougher than I was expecting it to be. And Johnny can run there. wonder, Johnny, do you have blaster on you? No, you have suppression, which reduces alarm state by 4, which is this the red bar on the bottom left. He does have killer though, but it's only killer 1. Alright, he missed with that attack. I'll run up here. I don't have blaster either, but erosion. And I could just miss. Missing works too. Ouch. That's not good. Killer on that. Has shield, so it takes less damage from my killer. Well, from all my attacks. Johnny, get in here. I need your help. And we clean up. Ice is down. DNA match located. 100% match. Arrest records database. Subject, Silas Forsberg. Status, deceased. Profession, chop surgical assistant. Priors, breaking and entering, 2 counts. Public indecency, 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. Tell we're getting faster than my... Yeah. No charges were filed. 100% match to a dead man. Let's keep looking. So we were hired by a dead man to find his killer, who seems to have turned out to be a dead man. Alright, got some ice there. And I can shoot killer at this one. And that's a success. Disregard the records. Autopsy records. Subject, Silas Forsberg. Notes, subject was found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medicines were also found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity cannot be confirmed immediately due to the disagreement. Had to check dental records to confirm. No next of kin. Large puncture wounds were located in several places on the body, possibly large bore surgical needles. Bunny had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. Cheap keeps getting weirder. You know what? That's the shadows. Shadows are a weird place. Ready then? Okay. This is me. So I'm going to use killer on this thing in front of me. And maybe I can hit that with erosion. Yes! Alright, and then Johnny can go over here. And then turn. Alright, I'll move there. Johnny, access the archive. Newsnet, one return on subject, Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, the chops out surgical incision, was found in the apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rank smell and contacted authorities. Most representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body massive puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to a psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, as is far too common here in the sprawl. Let me something go on. Let's regroup and meet space for a bit. Alright. That's the right way to go back to the yeah, that's the jack point. I want to exit by the jack point because I could just push this eject button to jack out, but that causes jump shock, which I don't think is terribly urgent, but you know, still would be unpleasant. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. The Newsnet says he left his estate to his psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. Gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find this doctor. You would? Punch it, man. Alright, Johnny is punching in there. I had to reset my things. Take that, and that, and that, and that. Confirm. Alright. Medical board area. White sparky ice. Yeah, and as I had mentioned in the one thing, there's you have white ice like these, which are your basic ice. They just damage your board and your presence in the matrix, and they'll push you out and dump shock you. There's also what's called black ice, which is something you don't want to meet. Black ice uses what's called a biofeedback to not just damage your gear, but to damage your body, particularly your brain. That's why the loading screen had mentioned you can get your brain fried doing this. Not just because, you know, TV is bad for them kids. So I just realized the eject button was yellow back there. Guessing it's launcher in the general area of the entrance and exit point. You don't suffer jump shock. I took damage. Kill it. Oh, it's resilient. Come on. Alright, now Johnny Quinn can access the medical board records. Searching medical records, Silas Forsberg. Medical records file for Silas Forsberg's located. 2020 to 2030. One particular pediatric record, partial. One particular pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Childhood suffers from chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by its physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently, with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology we're seeing, there is no telling what sort of brain functions were affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seemed to have no effect, upping the dosage. Yeah, the 2020-2030, I think, I thought that was after the Awakening. I thought the Awakening was in 2011 or 2012. Yeah, that sounds like a record from before the Awakening, back when elves and dwarves were just babies were just spontaneously being born as elves and dwarves, and no one knew what was going on really. It was weird. As for where the orcs and trolls came from, I think I already explained that the process of goblinization. Not a pleasant thing. Alright, 2030 to 2040. Data missing or corrupted. Contact your administrator for help. Yeah. Hey, Johnny Clinton, can you help with this? No? Oh, okay. 2040 to present. This file is quite large. It takes over an hour to read through. Spent an hour just sitting here in the Matrix. File entry, however, is the most significant. Written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Shadowrun has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He has bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimicked speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason, and for the health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to this case. I will inform him at his next session. Leave the medical database. Get a name now, Dr. Holmes. Let's get going and find out where he works. Yay! Through the arch. We have one of the white ice, and what I was just talking about, black ice. This thing, it looks menacing, and it is. You want to stay away from it, and kill it as quickly as possible. It missed. Which is good on all accounts. Killer. Kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill it. It's resilient. You know what, Johnny? Johnny has a killer up of his own. Only 68% chance to hit though. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that to happen. Move there. 89% chance to hit. Okay. Kill. Let's kill the white ice. I'm sure Johnny can mop up the black ice. Yep. Black ice down. Employment records located. Henry Hollings Holmes, MD, PhD. Check current employment status. Current employment status. Dr. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Check previous employers. 2045 to 2054. Psychiatrist resident, Minty Mercel Hospital in Snohomish. Minty Mercel. In 2030 to 2040, private residence though. Private practice, I mean. Huh. Don't think that's important. Might be. Leave employment records. Alright. Back to meat space. Away we go. Alright. Oh yeah, this place gets disorienting. Check out. Jack out. Reality at the end of the day is contextual, and as the meat world comes back into the focus, your head once again tries to settle on which world is the real one. While the philosophical question lingers, your meat body demands food and drink. You disconnect from your deck and find that the Union safe house has risen. Alright, everybody's up and about. Alright, I think I can go for a little bit more. finish out what work we have here in the Union. T.B. Gruberman. Despite the hour, Buster is feditiously put together in another wrinkle-free suit. He shows every indication he's been up for hours, sunk to his elbows in a dozen crates, each containing objects of sinister matte black hidden beneath curls of straw-colored packing foam. The foam lies about as he inventories the shipment, clinging to every surface except for Buster's immaculate suit. Just in time, I got a whole slew of new toys in from the supplier back east. Factory fresh and still smelling of their mother's gun oil. Maybe there's something in this batch you'd be interested in? First, tell me how long you've been in the trade, Buster. Let's see, I left Calfree on July 8th, 2030 at 6:13 in the morning. It was Thursday. From there I wandered a bit, applied my skills as a merc in half a dozen different wars, official or otherwise. Never did take to running in the shadows like some of the boys I knew. Too subtle for my taste, I suppose. Surely there's no sort of full-scale engagements to be had, so I didn't want for work. Still might be doing it today if I had lost the arm. Placement looks up to the task. What, this here? No, this is a more recent upgrade, thanks to Doc Castle over there. For a good while I was sporting something a good deal clunkier. Keep the old one back as a reminder. This is also stupid. Some Azzies were lobbing smokers behind our lines more to mess with us than anything. I decided to toss one back, and didn't just figure that the one I grabbed ain't a smoker. Ooh, yeah. When you're grabbing grenades, that can happen. I got it off, but only just barely. Shred my old arm, but good. But plenty of other scars to remember the moment by as well, but the arm was the big one. So take a word of advice from old soldier. Make sure you're never holding a grenade in one hand unless you just pulled the pin with the other. Good advice. Good advice. Now, if I haven't given you reason to doubt my professional competence, how about we talk turkey? What can I get you? Let me see what you've got. He has a predator. 10 damage, medium range. Ooh. Let's see, at the moment I'm using the Fischetti Security 500. 6 damage, 12 capacity. So any of these guns here are upgrades. I can go the Browning Max Power, which 12 damage, medium range, 10 capacity. Or I can go the Cavalier Deputy, 14 damage, medium range, 7 capacity. Actually, I like the Cavalier better. Because, you know, with the pistols, I haven't really had problems with the capacity. And more stopping power is always good. Mossberg, favorite shotgun of Corpsec worldwide. 16 damage, short range, 8 cap, 6 AoE. Makes it pretty much a strict upgrade from the Straight Sweeper. So yeah, I'll take the Mossberg as well. And that's about all my funds. Ooh, there's a katana. Oh, but I can't wield it because I'm not good in close combat. Tempted to buy it anyway, but would be a waste. And I don't, not really hurting for money too badly. I don't really have money to waste. So, just confirm what I got. Pull that out, pull that out. Grab that and that. Go back into you so I can sell. Oh, I can sell programs I'm not using anymore. Like the level 1 killer, level 1 medic. Oh. Get back some decent amount of neon. Alright, thank you, Buster. You know what, I can do that after I finish recording. Actually, Mersman, do you have Story bits. No. Algernon, you have story bits. Algernon looks the same as always. So much so that when we want to review and takes time to eat or sleep. Perhaps his presence on the plane of existence, on this plane of existence, is insubstantial enough that he isn't subject to so much to such base needs. Or perhaps he just does these things when no one is looking. Dark clouds surround you, my friend, but perhaps there's something I could provide that would help with whatever weighs so heavily upon you. What's new in the world of magic, Algernon? The spirits are stirring. Something has upset the natural order. There's something new, different. Seems like there's something new every day. What is it this time? Without I knew. Spirits speak in riddles. They leave me with more questions than answers. But there's something else out there. Something not born of life, as other spirits are. Shaking his head, Algernon opens his clasped hands to you, as if begging for forgiveness. Too often this world leaves us confounded. I pray I have not left you in such a state with my idle musings. I'd like to peruse your services, but unfortunately they're not much use to me, because I'm not very good with magic. Ooh, Dr. Castle. Come on, Dr. Castle. Just one glance is all you need to tell that the good doctor is exhausted. Her crumpled scrubs are stained with a mix of blood and other fluids too colorful to be naturally occurring in the human body. Her eyes are those of a person who has built up a substantial sleep debt and has no idea when or how to begin paying it off. I don't want to talk, but you look like Drek. I'm afraid there isn't much I can do for that. Dr. Castle snaps her fingers and calls forth the spirit normally seen perched on her shoulder. Appears from out of the ether, and the doctor immediately seems less fatigued than she was a moment before. What can I do for you? Everything all right here, Doc? Here at the Union? Yes, I'm fine. Yes, fine. I'm just getting back myself. Days here tend to be slow, so I volunteered at a medical center on the other side of Tourstville. I had a rough shift. Care to talk about it? And you heard, doctors don't like to talk about their problems. It makes us appear less godlike. But I'll humor you. I didn't hear all the details. All I really know is that what came in on the lips of the victim is healthy enough to still speak. Apparently one of the Baron's gains incurred the wrath of the locals' Sulpa rings, leading to a rolling shootout through the streets. Several bystanders were injured. Yeah, I think the Sulpa are a Amerindian mafia type group. I think. I might be wrong. The real mess didn't begin until the party crashed into the yard of an old industrial plant out of the Union Hill. They woke some sort of toxic spirit, which then began running amok, causing easily as much damage as the initial battle. We were left to pick up the pieces, of course. But enough about my problems. Let's hear about yours. Tell me what ails you. Look at your cyberware. Alright. Ooh, wired reflexes. Nope, no upgrades to what I have in stock yet. Check out your medical supplies. Ooh, gold trauma kits. I'll buy at least one of those. No. Spend the extra bit, get a platinum. No. Yeah, those are nice, but actually I think it's more efficient to just use a basic trauma kit and med kits and healing stuff to... Alright, confirm that. Yeah, I'll sort out my inventory later. Alright. That's Doc Castle talk to. Anyone over here? And some of it complaining about the channel it's on. Okay. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell that this case has gotten under her skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match for the DNA, but it's linked to a dead shop assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now, my theories, what do you think is going on here? Maybe Silas faked his death. That's a distinct possibility. What was it that we saw in the autopsy report? His face was so mangled that they had to use dental records to identify him. Good catch. That matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. Find some slob off the street no one will miss, swap the teeth, and throw the heat off your trail for a while. Lucky I've never been that desperate. Why would you need to go to those links? The police records have something on them linking to a different crime. He had a prior for unlicensed plastic surgery. True, wouldn't look too good on someone's record if they wanted to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. The late Silas left all his belongings to a doctor. Dr. Holmes. Employment records have him as an administrator at Mercy Mental, and the picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown. The same person this DNA belongs to. All that evidence points to him being your killer, whoever he really is. I should go find this Dr. Holmes and ask him some very pointed questions. Probably with my nice big shotgun. Please pay my respects. I always find that high caliber rounds get the message across. You should clearly hire some friends and go loaded for bear. I side loaded a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. I'll see you later. Alright. And next thing for us to do is hire runners and head to Mercy Mental Hospital. But sadly, that'll have to wait till next time. If you enjoyed what you saw here, please leave a like. Next time we'll be heading to Mercy Mental, track down Dr. Holmes, and hopefully get to the bottom of this whole mess. Alright, thank you for watching.